Welcome to the channel. And today we'll be talking about, as the title suggests, why are you trying too much? Focus. I see a lot of motivational videos. They say you're not doing anything. You should do this, you should do that. Well, but the reality is, we people keep on trying so many things. We do so many things, and we're not really successful at that or the things we do. And I've also found myself in that pit hole. And when I try different things, I always keep on trying every few months, every few days, every few weeks, but I not really see any kind of success in that, and I kind of lose. I kind of stop doing that thing. So today I want to talk about these things, and also in our life, we people try to do so many things. We are focused at different things, different works. For example, a few months back, I was studying and I was doing YouTube, which I'm not successful at all. And I was also involved in two or three, four other things, and I was not being able to give all my time in one thing. And what this meant was, I was not being as effective or as productive as I could have been if I had focused on one thing. So there's one famous saying. I think it goes something like this: if you rode two boats, then you're not going to reach your destination, or something like that. It's not really it's not really how it goes, but yeah. So if we focus on two or three things, what I felt is we'll not be able to succeed in the things we really want to succeed. Now, I know that we are compelled to focus on different things, and we have to focus on different things. I understand that, but Dr. Jordan Peterson, I think you guys have heard a lot about him, or many of you have heard about him, and he's always in controversy, but I think he's also helped a lot of people. So he says that focus on one thing for a certain period of time and see what happens. Let me just wait a minute, okay? Yeah. So he talks about focus on one thing and for a certain period of time and just see what happens. What I've also found is, we guys need to focus on one thing. You can take example of Mr. Beast. When he was starting out, he focused on only YouTube. And okay, I understand this might not be very practical for a lot of us, but what I mean is, we can definitely focus on two things and something like that. Some of you guys might have your job, and you guys might be trying to do something of your own, and you guys might also be studying. So there are three things to focus on. There's always division of time, but if we keep our focus on a lot of things, then we'll not be reaching our destinations. We have to focus on one thing. So if you have so many things to focus on, I think you should make a priority to focus on one thing more. For example, I'm focusing on YouTube more these days. I'm learning, and I'm also trying to buy gadgets. I know there's a lot of money involved in that, so not really helpful right now. So yeah, I think we should focus on one thing. I watched one podcast with Colin and Samir. That's a really good podcast for aspiring YouTubers. And MKBSD, Marcus Brownlee, one of the most successful YouTubers, was there, and he said, if you do something consistently for 10 years, you are bound to be successful, something like that. And I think this is true. If we do something consistently for 10 years, I think we are bound to be successful, man. If that's in the right direction, obviously. So yeah, this video is this is what I wanted to talk about. We people are distracted, and we focus on different things. I'm not talking about we don't work. We work. Yeah, I think everybody works, and but the problem is, we are focusing on many different things at different periods of our time. For example, sometimes we're focusing on our study. Sometimes we're focusing, for example, in my case, I focus on YouTube, and then at other time I focus on the other thing and other thing. So this doesn't really become productive. And what I found in myself was, when I do not succeed in something, I leave. And I think that's the case for many of us. If we do not see a success, we leave. But also, success, they say that success is like going to the gym. You don't. For some people, it happens. For some, you have to work many years, but when the results come, it's really beautiful. It's really, it's really, I don't know, giving, something like that. So yeah, even if we look at some of the most famous people around us, let's take Mr. Beast when we talk about YouTube, and let's talk about some actors who are really successful, or some president, maybe Elon Musk, or a very successful entrepreneur, or a very successful teacher. They're not really talked about. I think they're also fantastic people, or a very successful, we can take anything, a successful salesmen, and all those things. What we see is they work for a long period of time, for many years, and they're focused on one thing. And there are obviously exceptional cases, and I'm not talking about that. But I think most of the people focus on one thing, and that's what makes them successful. So that is what I wanted to talk about in this video. Focus on one thing. Do not try to focus on many other things. And I can understand practically it might not be possible for us, because practically we have to kind of focus on different things as well. And that's okay. But I believe we should make something our priority and keep on working on that. Also, Denzel Washington once said, commitment gets you started, but consistency lets you finish. So be consistent as well. And yeah, if you watched, thank you, man. I don't know. I'll not ask you to subscribe. I hope the video is meaningful for you. And I'm hoping to bring such videos. Yeah, thank you. I'll see you next time.